who you are. So if you did not do the beneficial ownership interest form, you need to do it. Okay. All right. So it seems like I'm back on YouTube. So good, goody, goody. Okay. So what do I have for y'all? So since last week, this is what's been going on. The Federal Trade Commission has come out with I don't know what took them so damn long to come out with this, but it is a rule called click to cancel. Okay. So you guys know that when we go and we sign up for gym memberships, when we sign up for anything online, it really takes something just as simple as clicking, entering your information, your payment information, and you are enrolled. Now, y'all know when it's time to unenroll or disenroll, it's very difficult. You got to call somebody, you got to send an email, you got to do a whole thing. Now, the Federal Trade Commission has just come out with a new rule that tells all of these companies that if they are going to make enrollment easy, they also have to make disenrollment easy. So you should be able to say you have a gym membership and you no longer want to work out at the gym. Hey, YouTubers, I'm sorry, my phone, my computer isn't working. I got the camera back on, so here I am. So the FTC click to cancel is going to make it easy for you to cancel. So this is kind of a good thing, okay? Because I know a lot of people be paying gym memberships and don't realize that they keep paying and they can't get out of it because it's very difficult. Hey, Nicola, how are you? All right, so let me see. The full 44, that's awesome. So, okay, so Beagles 020 got $44,000 of student loans discharged, okay? And that's exactly what y'all supposed to do if you did your bars application. Some of you are waiting for, some of you are actually sitting back and waiting for the schools to notify you or the government to notify you that your loans have been dismissed. That's fine if that's what you choose to do. Good luck with that. Not everybody is getting caught up in the group. Okay. They just said that the Biden administration just, wiped out $60 million worth of student loans. Okay. And this was just last week. Right. I'm almost sure the majority of that $60 million has come from the borrower's defense application versus people sitting around waiting. So if you are one of those individuals, please jump on it. Okay. And if y'all been watching me, y'all know I'm gonna keep talking about it. All right. All right, let me see. So FTC says that they have to make it clear and easy to find for you to be able to disenroll. Okay. And that's probably the biggest thing. So it says if you sign up online, you should be able to click to cancel. The crazy part is we don't know how soon this is going to happen. But it just is a rule that they just announced last week. So if you are planning on signing up for any type of membership, I don't care if it's Massage Envy, if it's the you gotta go get cracked, you get your back cracked, if you want to go to the gym, whatever it is, please make sure that you ask these individuals, how do you cancel? Because that's the most important part, because according to the government, they have to make it easy for you to cancel. All right. Let's see. When does it expire, Nicola? The BOI expires at the end of the year. So before January 1st, everyone who has a business needs to already have their business, or you need to basically claim your business so that the government knows that this is you that owns this business, just in case something fraudulent goes down. They want to know whose business, whose name is attached to the business. All right. So any you guys that are watching on YouTube, if you have any questions, please drop those questions so that I can answer them for you. Okay. So I know everybody's all super hype and crazy about the election. I hope you guys are have checked your status to see if you're eligible to vote. A lot of people are doing early voting already. It has not gotten crazy yet, but it is definitely going to get crazy. So I advise every person to get out and vote when you can, before it gets too crazy. And on the day of the actual election, stay home, okay? Because ain't no telling what's gonna happen out here in these streets. People are crazy, okay? I'm gonna bring up a couple things that I saw, and then we can talk about it. So I got this last week also. This is not happening in the United States, but you guys know I always try to bring you information that's coming from other countries, because they will also, it's a ripple effect. It happens here as well. Australia put out an article that their fertility rate in women is 1.5 children per woman. Okay. Now, I'm not here to say that I'm against or that I'm for Roe versus Wade. I do feel that every woman has the right to do whatever they want to do, with their bodies. but I just wanted to drive home the point. I told you guys, you can always read the book called The Birth Dearth. All right. Basically, that book is about what this article is about, and it is fear from a certain group of people. I'm not going to say who, that are afraid that they're not going to be any more children being born to extend their generations. Okay. And right here, it says Australia's birth rate hits rock bottom with severe consequences for economic future. Okay. So even Australia is concerned that if they do not have more children, you guys, if they do not have more children, then the economy could come to a form of a collapse, because who's going to work? Who's going to take care of the elderly if there's nobody working to be able to pay Social Security wages? Okay, they may not call it Social Security in their country. I don't know, but every pays for the next generation. So the Birth Dearth, which is a book that they wrote a long time ago before this whole Roe versus Wade thing came out. Hey, Chew. Hey, Deidre. It's a true thing. And to see that they're basically saying, hey, these women need to have babies, because if we don't, we are going to have no economic future. That's crazy. One, to put that kind of stress on people, okay, to need to go out there and do it to make more kids to take care of somebody else. But I'm letting you guys know, okay? So again, vote however you want. I don't care about that. But I do want you guys to know that they are counting, okay? You know how they say they're pocket watching? They're watching how much money they're having in our pockets. They're watching how many babies you have, ladies. Okay. Australia's down to 1.5. And what is a half of a child? I still do not know. Okay. But they're down to 1.5 children per woman. That's a big, big drop. Okay. Danielle Shaw, what do you mean 5150? Help me out. Unless you're talking about 5150 Corey Holcomb. Okay. Hey, Trash Girl. Let's see. Beagle says, I did it back in 2018 though, and kept calling. Well, okay, good. So Beagle, damn, that's a long time for yours to get approved. I don't think I've seen anybody get a debarrage offense that took that long to go through. And I agree, Deidre, they need to give us our rights. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have been hearing about this DOD directive that came out, where they were saying that the Biden administration is giving the military the right to use legal force against citizens. I don't want to get too deep into it, but if you guys have not seen the document, I would say that it would be worth you guys looking into it. The reason that I am bringing this up, not for political reasons, I'm bringing this up because a lot of these news articles string together. And if you don't pay attention to the news, you won't really realize why this is important, at least why it's important for me to bring it to you guys. I told you a couple months back that there were a bunch of directives, a bunch of executive, orders that were passed, some of which where if you are causing individuals to want to go out and protest or riot, or just say, if I'm on here telling you guys we should be pissed and you guys should go down and do X, Y, and Z, you should go to the courthouse and do this and that, they will come and they can come and arrest you. Well, this DOD directive, it says that they can use military force if they're going to aid the law enforcement when it comes to collecting information. All right. Collecting information, I'm just tell y'all, in my opinion, it has something to do with when you're talking about spying and the safety of our country, but little small things like, and I'll give you an example. This just happened over the weekend. There was a girl that's on Twitch. And if you guys don't know what Twitch is, it's just a streaming platform where people basically leave their camera on all day and they talk to people all day long. But there was a girl, she made a comment that she hopes all the military service members catch PTSD. I think she said catch PTSD and die, okay? Or something like that. But she did say PTSD. And guess what happened? Just because she said that online, she's now banned temporarily from Twitch, okay? Now, it's crazy how you cannot say anything, but we're almost to the point where you're not going to be able to say anything without somebody monitoring you. And if you get the type of response that others don't like, law enforcement, and depending on how big it is, it can cause this directive to come into play, where they're now asking the military to assist. Y'all see what happens in Chicago when people go out and they start going crazy in the streets and looting stores and fighting the police, and now they're jumping on cars. They are soon going to ask for military help versus just having the police out there, because they are outnumbered. All right. So if you guys are on any kind of platform, if you're doing what I do, or you got friends that do what I do, you have to make sure they're mindful of what they say, because they are I'm telling y'all, they are paying attention, and you do not want to get a knock at your door from somebody with the police department, somebody with the feds saying, hey, were you the person online saying X, Y, and Z? Okay. So, I already told you our rights are about to be about this small. It's unfortunate. It is happening, and it doesn't matter. I don't care what anybody says. It doesn't matter who the president is, because they only get to say so much and they only get to do so much. Remember, the president is the representative. They are not the voice of this country. Well, they may say there's the voice, but they don't actually get all to make all the decisions. Let me see what y'all saying real quick, okay? Mo says, I'm happy about the new FCC rule. Finally, something that benefits the people and not the businesses. I 100% agree. I don't know why this took so damn long. One thing I do want you guys to get comfortable in doing is complaining to the FTC if you find that these creditors or billers or companies are not doing what you think they should be doing. And I'm going to give you a reason why. That leads me to my next thing, okay? Deidre says, you're right, because they can't stand platforms that bring awareness to wrongful convictions. I agree. They do not like platforms. To be quite honest, I was thinking about today that I may keep my YouTube account, but I may start posting more of my things on Rumble. The reason why, and if you guys haven't heard of Rumble, it's supposed to kind of be like YouTube, but the difference is you're not making the money like you normally would do off of YouTube. A lot of people don't know about it, but Rumble gives you the right to have some free speech, if that's what you want to call it. I personally believe they're all friends. And just because one place will let you say what you want and the other one does not, sooner or later, the other one that is letting you talk will soon not let you talk, because they're all ran by the same exact people. Don't be fooled. That's why I'm like, you know what? If I have something, let me just get it out and give it to you guys. Who catches it, catches it. Who doesn't, too bad. I'm sorry. But we are all being monitored. Okay. Please do not think that you are not. Even with these smart TVs, even with these computers, anything with the camera, anything with the computer. And when you have a smart TV, that is a computer. Okay. I watched a video where they showed how you can hack into a smart TV. Somebody else can hack into it, and it didn't matter if you had a VPN or not. Okay. So a lot of people are like, oh, I'll just get a VPN. They won't be able to, see what I'm doing. The same people that made the VPN are the same people that's watching you. Okay. So please don't think you're smarter than the folks unless you know something that I don't know. Okay. So I found this to be quite neat, and this actually made me do a little research here. Okay. So I don't know how many of you guys have been going in the grocery stores lately. If you go into your grocery stores and start looking at the price tags on the shelves, okay? Now, it used to be the paper price tags. You guys know, if you ever worked at a grocery store, you had the paper price tags. If there's a sale or something, you switch them out and you put the new price in. But now, in certain stores, they have electronic, okay, where it basically looks like a little digital watch, okay? It is called, let me see if I have the name of it. Let me see. It's called surge pricing. Okay. And when I saw surge pricing, I was thinking, oh my gosh, that's like price gouging. It's kind of like price gouging, but let me explain. So surge pricing is where you can see the electronic numbers by the foods in the grocery stores. The thing about this is, it's a few things. One, it helps when it comes to changing the prices. So if you're a person that works in the grocery store, I'm happy for you. You can put something in the system and it'll automatically in like 20 seconds change the prices. So you do not have to worry about the old fashioned taking the paper down and all that stuff. The second thing, if you see these digital pricing, surge pricing blocks on your shelves, there's a QR code on there, guys, where you actually can scan the QR code. And the QR code is supposed to give you other coupons for those who want to save money. They're also supposed to give you recipe ideas and all that. This is all great stuff. Okay. Make sure y'all hit the like button. follow, share, all that good stuff while we're going here. Because y'all know I get on a tangent and we'll go. All right. So thank y'all who is doing it anyway. The third thing, which I think is probably the most important, is they have a bunch of congressmen and women who have wrote to, and the biggest store that is doing this right now is Kroger. So I don't know how many of you have a Kroger in your area, but Kroger is the largest grocery chain in the United States. Okay. So Kroger, and I didn't even know this, they started this about 4 years ago, where they have facial recognition. This is my problem when it comes to why do you need facial recognition just to change the pricing on the items in the store? Well, here's what the congressmen and women are thinking. Okay, and they've already wrote Kroger and they asked Kroger to answer a couple questions because they want to know how is it, how are you going to use this information that you're getting? One, if you guys did not know, you can opt out. Most of you that shop at Kroger already, if you have your phone number where you get your discounts and all that stuff, you are already opted in whether you knew it or not. So once Kroger starts removing the end caps from the grocery stores, y'all know usually when you go in the grocery store and the end caps is usually extra stuff like soaps or whatever that you can see while you're at the register. Now they're planning on changing it and making those screens. And when you walk by these screens, they're going to say, "Hey, Shamika, such and such is on aisle 7. Why do they do that? Because they are now looking at your history of the things that you buy. So if you are an individual that goes to the grocery store and you shop and you use your phone number or you use your customer card so that you can get your coupons are added on there, you get your sales, whatever, they're storing that information, they claim, to be able to help you buy or select future items in the future when you're shopping in the stores. I personally don't think it's anybody's dang on business. I don't want to walk in there and they go, "Oh, the pregnancy tests are on aisle so-and-so." Okay. I don't want the three people behind me to know that that's what I might be looking for when I come in the store, but this is what they're going to do in Kroger. So they do say you have the option to opt out, but because it's not big and well known yet, they don't even tell you guys where we can opt out at. Okay, not yet, but as soon as I find out, I will let you guys know. They are also concerned that they're going to use this and like this price surging technique to change prices based on how you spend your money or locations. They're believing that certain stores are going to charge people more than they charge in other areas just based off of demographics. Okay, this has yet to be proven, but I'm almost certain that it's going to happen because it happens all the time, especially in areas like Florida where they have storms. This is a perfect time to say, you know what? Ooh, we got 3 cases of water left. Instead of making it $3.99, let's change it instantly to $5.99. They can absolutely do it, and we would not know the difference because we're not in the store all day long. Okay, and they can actually be able to change these prices. They don't even have to do it in the store. They can do it up in corporate. Okay, so when you guys go to the grocery store, just take a look at the shelves and see if you notice if you have the electronic. I've seen it already in a few Walmarts. Okay, and y'all know Walmart going to jump on it. All right, so I don't know if you guys seen that. Let me know if you've seen it while I look at these comments real quick. But I do want you guys to be mindful that when you use your phone number or that customer card that you get, because I keep my customer Kroger card, but I was noticing when I go to buy my groceries, there are already items that go, "Hey, you purchased this already. Do you want it again?" And I'm like, well, damn, I forgot that I purchased that, but they're not forgetting. And this is how they're going to help you shop for groceries in the future. Okay, so let me see what y'all saying real quick. All right. Can you reactivate an LLC that you didn't renew for 2 years? Absolutely. If you have an LLC that you have not activated and it's been a while, all you have to do is go back and pay the reinstatement fees. Of course, they're going to charge you some late fees because you have to buy back that 2 years worth of time, especially if you guys do business credit, which I always tell you guys it's great to have business credit if you have a business. When you go back to reinstate that business, you are going to have to pay for that. All right. Some people find that they don't want to. They just open a brand new business. So if you don't have business credit on these businesses, I don't necessarily see why you need to reopen the same one because it really doesn't have an advantage unless you're going to use it for business credit. If not, you just want to start a business, then just start a one brand new and do not reactivate old one, because some people's money ain't like that. All right. So let me see what y'all saying real quick. Yes, they are sneaky, man. You got to watch them. They are sneaky. They make it seem that everything they're doing is for the benefit of us, that they're helping us out. But are they really helping us out, or are they really using data to determine what we like? Okay, all of this is data. Y'all know I talk about data all the time. There's, I tell you guys, there's credit reports, with Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, but there's more than that. There's your pharmacy reports. There's your when you return items to stores reports. Soon there's going to be a list of groceries. I'm almost sure they're going to put something out for groceries, that they will be able to determine the type of person you are, what you eat, anything, just by looking at your groceries. So any and everything that they can use against you to find out about you, they're going to do that. Okay. Nikki the Great says, hey, I emailed you on the website for help with the Sweeney lawsuit. No reply. I apologize, Nikki. I will email you this evening. I've been under the weather, y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I've been trying to get this cold out. The weather's changing, but I will get to you today, Nikki, when I get off the live. Okay. Trash girls are helping determine what products to discontinue. See, they say it's products to discontinue. I don't know if I believe it's to discontinue. And the reason I don't know if I believe that is because they ultimately tell you what items to buy, and they use it to tell you new items to purchase that they think you would want to buy based off of what you already purchased. So I doubt that stores are using this information to just discontinue products. They're doing it to make more sales. And it would make more sales, you got to sell more things. So they're going to use this to make, same thing when we go shopping for clothes. If y'all say something around your phone, and the next thing you know, you're on Amazon or you're on Facebook and an ad pops up, it listens, guys. So they're not doing it because they don't want you to go. They're doing it because they want you to spend money. All right. All right. So let me keep going. And again, if y'all got questions, please drop those. Okay, so y'all know we always talking about, Department of Education and these schools. Well, there's been another class action. I told you guys there's more than just the Barr's Defense class action, the Sweet versus Cardona lawsuit. There's a new one out now. It is, they didn't say all schools, but there a bunch of students, they got a lawyer, they filed a lawsuit for 40 universities. And what these schools are guilty of charging single individuals or individuals with parents that are separated. They charge them more in tuition than individuals whose parents file together. Now, y'all know when we do taxes, and I tell you to do taxes, and if you have school age or college age children, if you are married, and you guys are used to filing separately. Some married people file head of household, and the other one will illegally file single, which y'all not supposed to do. Or you'll file head of household, and then the other person will do married filing separately. That's the way you're supposed to do it if you have to file separately. Here is what is happening. This is something new, Mo. The schools are now requiring that if you have children that are in college, you need to file jointly. Okay. If you do not file jointly when your child tries to apply for financial aid or student loans, they are going to make you parents amend your taxes so that your child can, your income can be looked at the way it's supposed to. So if you have kids that are in school, getting ready to go to college, and you are married, you need to file together. Now, y'all gonna say, well, Shamika, I don't want to file together because my husband has baby mama issues and he owes child support. It doesn't matter, okay? There is a form. The IRS is gonna tell you to use the form. There is a form that you guys can use. It's called the injured spouse form, where you can basically tell the IRS that, yes, we are filing together, but even if you're gonna take my husband's money, still give me mine. And don't take the whole return. It's a very easy form. If you get your taxes done by someone, please make sure that they understand that you are filing together because you have to, because your child's going to need, the student loan, but you need them to add the injured spouse form into the taxes so that it separates the refund into who's supposed to get what. So if the refund that you get is $2,000 and the husband's share is $1,000 and your share is $1,000, which made the $2,000 refund, then the IRS will only give you $1,000, and the other $1,000 goes to child support. Okay, so they're not going to let you guys get away with the we're not filing together because there's a child support issue. They're not going to do it. Okay, and if you do it, then you're going to have to amend your taxes anyway to be able to satisfy the situation for your child. And what's going to happen then? You're going to owe the IRS late fees. You're going to owe the IRS probably back money that you should not have even been paid. So please, if you ain't listening to nothing else, make sure you hear what I'm saying. Okay. So because of this class action, they're saying, hey, our parents didn't file together. And in other words, they're not married. They didn't file together, but because the parents are separate, these students feel that they're paying more than their counterparts are paying for people who are married. Now, some of these schools play some crazy games. Okay. So y'all have to make sure, look, it's a shame. You can't even go to school and just worry about getting an education. Now you got to go to school and you got to say, hey, let me see how much your tuition was and compare it to yours to make sure you are being charged the amount you should be charged. It's a shame that we have to police the police or police the people who are supposed to be doing doing their job, but that's where we are. Okay. So I'm bringing you this information so y'all can be checking this kind of stuff because I know a lot of you have children that are in college. Okay. Thank you, Nikki the Great. Okay, you says Amazon does that with groceries. That's cool. It's scary. I don't know that I want these people knowing every single thing that I eat. Okay. I don't know if I want them. Hey, Shauna, how are you? The BOI form for you guys. It is very easy. People are charging $150 to do it. If you are stuck and you cannot do it, your girl won't charge you that much, nowhere near. It's only, it's about 3 or 4 minutes to fill out the doggone form. But if you're stuck and you feel like, because some people freeze up when they get in front of computers. If you feel like you can't do it, then holler at me. I'll help you fill out your BOI. It's really easy. It doesn't even need 2 people. It only needs 1 person to be able to do it. And then we can just go there. Okay. Thank you, Deidre. She says, thanks for the information. She says, I can't work and student loans are coming due in January. Is there forgiveness program? If you cannot work and you are receiving Social Security, are you receiving Social Security, Deidre? If you are, you should be able to turn in the the TPD form, which is total permanent disability form. You can get it filled out by a doctor, or if you receive Social Security, you could just turn that into the Department of Education and you do not have to pay your loans anymore. I don't know how many people still have loans on their credit reports and they're receiving a Social Security check, Social Security disability check. So if that's you, you should not be paying loans, period, or anymore at all. Okay. And then here's the great part about it. In the event that you do get your loans are put on hold. All right. Say you do the TD because you get Social Security disability. You only have to wait 3 years, 1, 2, 3, that you cannot go to school anymore. If you find that, hey, I'm bored, I want to do something. After 3 years, you are eligible to go back to school. This time, though, you will have to pay off your loans yourself. All right. And the only reason I say that is because a lot of y'all know getting a student loan check and a financial aid check is a real quick come up when y'all need a little bit of money. So please make sure you pay attention to that. Okay, Yushana says her student loans fell off. I didn't do anything. Congratulations. There are no lie. There are some people, they don't have to do a thing. I just don't want you to sit back and trust the government to wait to remove your loans for you when it's not moving that fast. Okay. If all of these people went to these schools and they're not supposed to, everyone's loans should have been deleted at the same time. It makes no sense why it's taking this long for this to take place. Okay. So, but congratulations, you, Shauna, and I hope you're doing good, girl. Okay. Yours too, D-Town Lottie. Congratulations. I love to hear this. I'm loving to hear y'all stories on getting these loans removed. It's very important. Okay. The next thing, since we're talking about voting, I have been seeing a lot of people encourage women because they are believing that this election might cause problems in people's households because the man may want you to vote one way and the women want to vote another way. If you did not know, abortion rights is a big issue that will definitely come up in this election, and it really will sway your vote either way. But this is something that I found online to be very untrue. Someone said, hey, ladies, vote however you want. Your husbands won't know which way you voted. Your vote is private. Well, let me tell you guys, that is not completely true. Okay, 2 things. In one state so far, in North Carolina, husbands can go in the voting booth with their wives. If you do not want to go into the voting booth with anyone, your spouse in particular, don't do it. Okay. Two, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. This is Domestic Violence Month. So I want to make sure that we're putting out the right information, because I don't want women thinking that they can just go in that booth and say that they voting for Kamala and the husband voting for Trump, and think that there may not be no fights later. It is very easy to find out how a person voted. All you have to do is go to your state. You can, every state has a site where you can see, if you put in the person's name, you will be able to see what party affiliation that they are, or what party they're affiliated with. Now, that doesn't say for sure that a person voted for Kamala Harris, but if it says that your affiliation is Democratic, the Democratic Party, or a Democrat, then that means clearly that's the last vote you took. Okay, so if you are concerned about there being no peace in your house, please be mindful that it can be seen. All right. I looked myself up just to see. I have never selected which party I'm a part of. I just voted for who I wanted to, and it automatically aligned me with a certain party. Okay. So please do not believe that nobody will be able to know who you voted for, because that is not true. It is very, very public. All right. So if you didn't know that, I'm just letting you know. Again, like I told y'all, it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Okay. And if y'all did not know, tomorrow is my 2 years from being shot. Okay. So I will be celebrating 2 years of my new birth again. Thank you, God, for allowing me to be here today to still be able to do this with you guys. I still do not 100% feel like I'm the old me from 2 years ago. But then again, I don't necessarily want to be the old me. Okay. But 1 in 4 women will be victims of domestic violence. 1 in 7 men will be victims of domestic violence. Now, that will sound like some small numbers. Okay. They kind of sound small, right? But here is how I like to look at it. It's also 1 in 3 individuals that catch genital herpes or any form of herpes. Okay. So, and when people flip out when they hear those numbers, but people do not flip out when you say that for domestic violence. So the same amount of people are catching the dang on diseases are the same amount of people that are getting hurt, injured, beat up, taken off this earth. I know what we can and can't say, because they love to close your stuff down. But please keep those numbers in mind. 1 in 3, they are the exact same for both conditions. All right. So I put those two together because I want to let you guys know how serious this situation is. Okay. And for those who want to know, no, I have not gone to court. If you guys want to know what happened with my situation on domestic violence, you can go right to my TikTok page. I got my video up there so y'all can see what my car looked like. The only thing I have is my gunshot wound. You guys will see it here. That's all I have left. And to me, it's just a stark reminder that life is short, and, to count every day is a blessing. And y'all need to watch yourselves. And ladies, I'll say this, and thank you, Shauna. She's saying, praise God. God is very good. Let me say this. I will never, ever, ever tell a woman to just leave. I'm saying this to you guys, and I'll be back to my topics. Never tell somebody to just leave, because it doesn't work like that. Now, luckily, I did not have a situation where I was dealing with constant abuse. So I had no idea that this was going to be something I was going to have to deal with, because some people just don't want you to be with nobody else. Okay. But if somebody finds themselves in a situation where they need to escape, please plan your escape. Being a victim of domestic violence is just becoming so it's so common, it's ridiculous. And I'm sure that 1 in 3 will soon be 1 in 2. Okay. And I don't want it to be every woman, but it is almost, 1 in 3, that's a lot. Okay. And the numbers are going to keep increasing. So, plan escape, never just leave. If y'all have questions, now that's one thing I will do. If y'all have questions, y'all need to know what can you guys do to protect yourselves. I definitely would give you all the information that I do have. That is very, very important. That does lead me to my next thing. Okay. I don't know if you guys have heard that they're saying that it is now a federal crime to go in someone's phones and access or retrieve information from the individual's phone without their permission. I don't know how many people knew that was a federal crime. I did not know it was a federal crime, but it is. Okay, it is no different than the Telephone Communications and Privacy Act, where if somebody blows, where if the telemarketers are calling your phone over and over and over, or you getting these robocalls, things like that. That's a federal violation, but so is accessing someone's phone. Now, someone near and dear to me, this has happened to them. And I'm going to tell you, I went to try to snoop around to see how can somebody get into your phone to see what's on your phone without you knowing. Well, man, it is way easier than I thought. Okay. And so this can tie into the domestic violence stuff that I was talking about. Let me tell y'all something. If you're getting links to your text message, I get a lot of them that says, hey, your mail cannot be delivered to the post office. Click this link to track. I don't click it. Okay, you get any kind of link, any kind of advertisement on your text message, do not click it, because you are could be, more than likely, you could be downloading something onto your phone that gives someone access that you did not know. So that goes for your text messages. That also goes for your emails. There's a new scam going on right now. I just seen it, where they are sending gifts to women in the mail. A couple women have received rings in a nice red box, and they're making it seem as if it's coming from a secret admirer. And when they get the ring, okay, it's a nice ring, but it also comes with a nice little card that has a QR code on it. And it tells you to scan the QR code so that you can see the message that came with the gift. Do not scan the QR code, because what happens when you scan that QR code, you are now giving them access to all your personal information on your phone. Okay, I'm telling y'all, we don't have no damn privacy. And not only do we not have privacy from the government, we're also getting preyed upon from the damn scammers. Okay, it's almost like we just need to get off social media and the computer altogether. Okay, but I'm just letting you guys know, you start getting surprise gifts in the mail. And yes, that has happened to me. I was getting, my address for some reason was an address where all of the Amazon returns were coming to. Every single day I was getting returns from Amazon. And I'm like, this ain't me. Why are y'all sending this to me? I had to call Amazon for Amazon to tell me to take all of the returns and send them all back to Amazon. So people can get, it's very easy to get your address. Okay. So if you're getting emails, you're getting text messages, or you're getting things in the mail, and anything you have to scan that you are not aware of, do not, because you don't know who's sending that information to you. All right. So while you guys, I got some new people here, please like, follow, subscribe, hit the like button, share, because let me tell you, your girl do drop some information that you can use every single week, because this is very important. Okay. So let me see what y'all saying real quick. Let's see. Joanne says, how do you get more in student loan money? My student gets a couple thousand per term. That's not nearly enough. Any suggestions? If you are finding that you are not getting enough in student loan money, first of all, y'all probably did not know, when they give you your amount for student loan, that is the minimum. Okay. Once I found this out from somebody that worked at financial aid, I never stopped. Anytime I got a disbursement, I always went back to the financial aid and I always asked them, is this the max amount of money that I can receive for student loan? When it comes to Pell Grant, it's already at a cap. Okay. Because that's free money that you don't have to pay back. So it's capped basically at whatever your income is. Okay. And if y'all been paying attention and watching me, I told you those numbers were going to change for this year, because especially if you have multiple children that are in college at the same time, usually the first child gets the most money and it goes down by each child after that. Now, if you find that you're not getting enough, you can always ask, is that the maximum amount that you can get for student loans? Because it's usually not. And if it's not, they're going to give you a form in most cases to sign to ask for the increase, and they will send you more money. All right. Also, y'all know I told you about, there's a free college out there, University of the People, completely free school, associates, masters, bachelors. You can also go to some of the more affordable schools, Columbia Southern University. Y'all know those are the main two schools I push, and no, I'm not being paid by these people. I just try to push what works for you guys, because just like Joanne is saying, she wants more money to be able to go to school. And you got to remember, this is the money that you're going to have to pay back. And a lot of people are not in a position to pay loans back. Okay. I know that's right, Nikki. Thank you, Lord, for me still being here. You got that right. Very, very happy to be here. Hey, Miss Cynthia, thank you for sharing. She says she liked and saved, and she's saying hey to everybody. All right, Drowsy says, how can I get bill collectors to stop calling me? You can get bill collectors to stop calling you by one. You can block these numbers. Okay, that's first of all. If y'all don't know these numbers, block them. The majority of them say potential spam now. Okay, so you can block the numbers. You can send a cease and desist letter. All cease and desist will do will block them probably for a maximum of 45, maybe 60 days for calling you while they gather documents to prove that the debt is yours. Cease and desist stops all type of contact. If you need a copy of a cease and desist, I can send it to you. All you got to do is go to my website, shamikasaves.com, and I'll send you a copy. You also can find one online. But debt collectors do have the right to call. They just need to call between the hours of 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. And if they do not, then you have a right to sue. Okay. All right. Let me see what y'all saying real quick. Let me keep going. Let me keep. I am okay. Thank you. True words, but God is very, very good to me. It says, Mo Williams says, yes, please have a plan and get as far away from possible, but only when it's safe. That is so very true. That's right, Trash Girl. You never tell anybody when y'all leaving. I always watch people who are talking to people who are domestic, who are in a situation of domestic violence, and they're always telling people, women, if you're in this situation, leave. And it's like, this is how women are getting hurt. You do not tell somebody to leave. You put a plan together. There are things that you need to slowly start doing, slowly start moving money around, slowly start getting things where they cannot access your phone. Okay. There's another one, not just the clicking on the links. There's an app. I paid for it because I wanted to see myself. There's an app that you can download. And guess what? I got it right from the dang on Apple store. You can sign up, and as long as you know the person's iCloud information, now it can go onto your phone, where you can just look on your phone and look at what somebody else is doing on their phone, or you can look at it through the computer. Okay, so there's tons of ways for people to spy on you. So if you have, and especially if you're in one of those domestic violence type relationships, you need to get off the family plan. I don't care if you try to make some kind of excuse, but you get off the family plan. Do not share, because most times when you share, you're sharing everything, not your text message and things like that. But most time when you share, you may have the same password. You may have the same iCloud login, which is not what you want. But this is some way that it's very easy for individuals to get into your information, which is why, because I know how women are. We want to share everything with our man. Okay. We don't want no secrets. We want to be wide open and in love. I was there, but those things can come back to bite you if that relationship turns sour and you're trying to leave. Okay. And another reason why a lot of women can't leave these relationships is because they are financially dependent. That they did a study to show that women who are financially dependent in relationships usually leave, but they come back, or they don't leave and they get taken off this earth simply because they can't make it on their own, which is why I will always tell you guys to file bankruptcy if you find yourself in a bad situation, because it is one way to get out of debt free and easily. Okay, especially if you don't make enough money, you don't have to pay to file, but it's a cheap way to get out of debt, and it's a quick turnaround in most cases to help you leave your situation a lot faster than you think. All right. Again, we don't have to talk about that here. That's something we can talk about one-on-one. Again, you guys, I have no problem telling y'all my heroic story. The reason I don't talk about it too much is because even after 2 years, there still has been no court. There is not a lot of justice in the justice system, but we still have to be smart and vigilant to do what is need to be done so we can save ourselves. Okay. Mo says the BBB just put out a warning not to scan unknown QR codes. Think of it like clicking unknown links. I'm telling you, look at that. These scammers are getting good, y'all. They are getting real. They're getting good, and they're getting desperate. So I'm definitely always going to try to bring y'all the new fraud that's coming out, but I'm going to bring it to you because I want you guys to be aware of what you should not be doing, because this is how they get you. Okay. Next thing you know, you're scanning something. Ain't no telling what the heck you got on your phone. How many of y'all received something about the hospital? Not hospital. I just got something in the mail saying, because you're a part of this health insurance network, this company that does the billing, they had a data breach. And now they're giving me free credit monitoring. I don't need no more credit monitoring. I need y'all to do y'all job and protect my information so we can stop having these leaks. Okay. So if you guys are finding your information is leaked, Unfortunately, you just need to keep an eye on your credit even more so. And if you find that something doesn't look right, you need to automatically go and get a police report. I am shocked at how many people I know, their wallet's been stolen, their car's been broken into, and this has been years ago, and you never filed a police report. But then you wonder why you can't get things off your credit. If you watch my YouTube video on how to do a credit sweep, which is illegal, the main thing they do is use a police report. In y'all case, y'all not lying, okay? But in some of these other people, they lying, all right? But why not use the same thing that you can use legally to help you, like these people are using illegally to help other people? And guess how much they're charging people? $4,000 and $5,000 to clean up their credit, when some of y'all have been victims and can clean up your own without anybody's help. I'm just putting that out there, okay? Let me see what y'all saying. What's the name of the schools again? The names of the schools are University of the People, not University of Phoenix. Okay, University of the People. That's the completely free school. The only thing you pay for is to take the test, and they're very cheap. Okay, and the other school, which is one that I personally like because it's cheap, free books, easy school. Columbia Southern University, okay? And they go all the way up to a doctorate degree. So I don't want to hear nobody tell me that these schools you can't get on. They work. They go all the way up, and they're both accredited. Both accredited, guys. All right. That's the biggest part. Are they accredited? Yes, they are. Cynthia says, just got a meeting. Well, I'm glad you were here. It says it's so easy to get in someone's phone. Parents do it all the time with family apps. That's the part that's good for your children, but it's bad when you're in a relationship with a controlling individual. And it's also when you're in a relationship with somebody that's insecure, okay? And they start to find a way to get into your stuff. And I'm not saying you should or should not creep. Whatever you do on your own time is your personal business. But be mindful that it is now a federal crime to go in somebody's phone without them knowing. So don't be around here talking about I was in your stuff and I saw so and so, because you might find yourself in trouble by running your mouth. So if you're going to do it, if you're going to sneak in somebody's phone, be quiet about it, okay? I don't want you to, but at least let me show you how you can not get in trouble, because it's a law now, okay? It's always been there, but I don't think anybody's ever thought about going to somebody's text messages as necessarily being wrong, because, hell, we want to know if the person's cheating. So most time we're going to do it anyway. But now you know you're not supposed to, okay? All right, Miss Cynthia says, I don't scan nothing at all because I found out that other things can be embedded in QR codes. It's crazy, y'all. You can't scan a dang on thing. You can't open nothing. You can't nothing. All right, it's just, ugh, all right? But that does not mean that I think you guys should go mail paperless mail. I don't think that, all right? I still want my paper mail, okay? Because I want to be able to have the excuse that I did not get something so that I can get help if in the event I become late on my bill. So y'all can do what y'all choose, but I'm not going to tell these companies not to send me a bill. Send me a bill, okay? I just won't scan anything, all right? All right, somebody put the school in the chat for me. Please, somebody type in University of the People and then Columbia Southern University, please, so that it can get Trash Girl. I know you're on here. Can you type that in there for me, please, so that people can have that? All right, let's see. Cynthia says most schools have a dean wish list where they have money left over for students who decided not to attend the school. It may have different names they don't tell you about. All free money. I'm telling you, I don't never take the chance to not ask to see if they have something additional. Most time when you get money from the government through student loan or financial aid and it's not used, it's supposed to go back. But there are times where they have money that's donated by donors, or money for scholarships or something that may have been awarded to a person that may not go there. Those funds are usually left over. But money from the government, in most cases, they're supposed to send back. Does everybody do it? Probably not. They find ways to spend it, but they're supposed to send the money back if it's not used the way it's supposed to. Okay. Let's see. Cynthia says, yes, it's so serious. My cousin's 2 granddaughters were unalived at the same time by one of their boyfriends. Then he unalived himself. This is a sad situation that is more common than we realize. Absolutely. I mean, and people are so egregious. They are driving and going to other states. Okay. There was somebody that drove from Florida all the way to Houston to visit an ex-girlfriend in college. And when she let him in the room, he unalived her in the room and did himself as well. Okay. So this is not just happening with grown women anymore. Okay. This is happening with young folks, old folks, any age folks. So if you feel like you got somebody that might be a little not all together there, you need to get ready to plan your exit, and you need to be smart about it. Unfortunately, it's going to change the way you live. You will not be able to be out and open. I can tell you right now, I don't tell anybody where I am. I don't tell, I don't, I don't post and go, hey, Shamika's in California. I'm not doing that. Okay. And I'm not going to do it. Why? Because the individual is not in jail. Okay. And does the individual still try to contact me? Absolutely. Does the law, do the police try to help? Not that much. Okay. Which is why I tell y'all need to make sure y'all certified and have y'all can carry bow pow. Y'all need it to protect your own selves, not just for the crazy criminals that's trying to break into your car and steal your purse, but also for the man that could be chasing you. Okay, so that means, ladies, and I saw a video on this. If you don't want to talk to somebody, and they're harassing you, sometimes it's easier to give a man a number. It may not be your real number, but give them a number so that they can let you go. There was a girl that stood outside of a liquor store in New York City. She did not want to give her phone number to these guys. She went in the liquor store and bought her alcohol. When she came out, they beat her up, beat her down bad. Why did they do that? Because she rejected somebody in front of his friends, and he did not like that. Okay. So sometimes we have to be the bigger person, the smarter person, and say, even though this is not what I want, I'm going to play along so that I can move along to get away from this situation. Okay. All right. Let me see if I'm missing anything else. I don't know if we have any nurses on here, but I am going to do some research on this and let y'all know, because this is pretty important. A lot of people are getting mammograms, but I'm starting to find that a lot of people are saying not to get the mammograms because it can squeeze the breast. I don't know if you guys have gotten a mammogram, but it does squeeze the breast, and it does squeeze it kind of hard. But they're saying that, hey, it can squeeze and hold on. It says mammograms smash open the lump, causing the parasites to go wild and actually give you cancer. So I've been looking that up, and surprisingly, I've been finding more and more people to say that to be true. So I'm not telling you guys not to get mammograms, but what I am telling you that I did find out is they have another way to give you a test. You can get a CT scan versus getting a mammogram. So it's time for me to get a mammogram, but I'm going to tell them I do not want one, to give me a CT scan. And if you don't see anything in there, then there's no need for me to get a mammogram at all. Okay. I don't know if you guys remember Ananda Lewis. She was a DJ on MTV. Way back in the day. She was one of those video DJs. She has stage 4 breast cancer, and she stated that she didn't want to get it because she didn't want to do a mammogram. She saw that once her mom got the mammogram, her mom got sick, and so it was like, I heard her say that, and then I'm reading this, and I'm like, maybe there is something to it. Now, she didn't know about, I guess, doing the other things like a CT scan, which is what we should do, because we should not just not do anything. But there are other ways. Same for you men. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but this is for men. Men do not have to necessarily go and get their prostate checked the way they used to do. Now there's a way that they can do a simple test, and they can see if your numbers come back. And if the numbers don't come back the way that it's supposed, like they're supposed to, then you can move into the more invasive stuff. So, technology has changed. And unfortunately, some of our insurance plans don't allow the doctors to give those options. So if you are an older person, you in your 40s and up, y'all need to start looking to see if there is new technology, new alternatives to the old way that they used to do some of the medical, studies that they still are doing. Next year, they are changing the BMI requirement for individuals who want to get on, what's that stuff? Wegovy, semaglutide, Ozempic, all of those things. Now, y'all know BMI used to stop at 30. Okay. You were super, super obese if your BMI was 30, 25% or more. Now they're going to increase it to 40. That's horrible. So one, they're going to let you get even bigger. Two, this is going to affect a lot of people with the cheap insurance, especially individuals who have like Obamacare, things like that. When you don't have good insurance, you don't have a little, very good private insurance. Some of those places, Medicaid and all those things, they're going to skew those numbers and, move them back. And they're going to say, oh, you're healthy, because they rather give you a bunch of pills than actually fix the problem. All right. So, it's stupid to me that you have to be even more obese to get on the same things that the same medicines that you can get off of Groupon. But I'm letting you know that they said next year medical companies are now going to raise that BMI. Okay, it used to be capped at 30. Look how much more they're giving us. They're giving us an additional 10% to go to 40 before they'll give you the meds you need to live. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. It's 8 o'clock. It says, thank you for the video regarding LLC. I have a question. When will we receive the EIN? If you created a business, you need to go and request your own EIN. It is free. You can get it right from the IRS. IRS closes at 9 p.m. So make sure that you go and apply for it before then. They will not automatically give you guys an EIN. You have to go and request it. Okay. Let's see. Prostate test can be done. There you go. I thought it was a blood test, but I wasn't sure. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. That's right. So men, you do your prostate, you can get that done with a blood test. No more sticking a finger, no more bending over, none of that, stuff that's uncomfortable. And same for the women. If you want to get a mammogram, you do not have to, you want to check your breast and make sure there's no issue. You don't have to get a mammogram. You can get a CT scan. And then if it comes to be a problem, they can move on further. Okay. We're going to stop letting these people we're going to stop letting these medical companies tell us what we can't have, because that's what they're going to pay for. All right. Same thing back to the STDs. All right. And we were talking this was a big thing online the other day, but a lot of people don't know. Everybody around here getting their blood blood taken so they get their STI or STD panel, not even knowing that there's a lot of things that they're leaving off. And I'll give you an example and then I'm going to be done. I promise. Now, I don't know how many of y'all are over 40, but trichomonas used to be nothing but like a bacterial vaginitis or something like a yeast infection. But now trichomonas is growing in numbers so much so that they've now added it back to the STD panel, but they won't add HSV1 or HSV2 tests. Okay. And the reason they won't do HSV1 or HSV2, and that is herpes for those that do not know, because it costs too much. So what they're going to do is they're going to take off the expensive tests and they're going to put on little other tests that half of us don't even get anyway. Okay. But trichomonas is something that is supposedly growing in number, but that's nothing but people who are not clean passing it around to one another. Okay. So, if you got kids, if y'all didn't know that, that's something that you need to know, that they don't check for everything, which is why the herpes is 1 in 3, because who gets tested for it? Nobody. They don't know. And they will only test you for it if something is there. Okay. Told you these medical companies, they be playing in our faces too. All right. You got to be extra fat to be skinny. You got to have something on you. You got to have a lesion or something in order for them to check you for a doggone disease. They're checking you for stuff that you don't even need to get when they could just give you a doggone diflucan to say you have a yeast infection. They're playing, guys. They're cutting off our insurances. With our homes, everything's going up. Okay. So just be mindful. And I know we're saying all this before the election, but these are the questions I feel like people should be asking these presidents, but they're not. Okay. They're asking them all other stuff that most time people don't care. I mean, groceries going to be high. I don't necessarily care about that. So it's way more other things that I care about, but hey. Okay. So let me see if y'all got any questions. Let me make sure I went over everything I had to go over today. I did. Yeah. I got on everything, and the schools are on here. So I hope y'all have them down. Let me see. Cynthia says, a nurse at my church told me that there are 3D options instead of smashing the breast method. Places like the Sisters Network and Susan B. Komen Foundations know about it. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to go and look that up, because this is very important, because I don't want to, them tell me in 20 years that, we should have never been doing mammograms. We should have been doing this. They already know this stuff. Okay. It's just what the insurance is willing to pay for. So y'all going to have to start doing due diligence and stop waiting on these people to tell you the right thing to do. And you know what's right for yourself. And you tell the doctors what you want them to do. I don't care if you have insurance or not. They're getting paid by somebody. And because of you, they're getting paid. So make sure they're doing what they're supposed to for you. Okay. It says, is the government giving child care assistance for adoption parents? Child care assistance. The government doesn't give child care assistance to anybody. That is through the state. Even if you are adopting a kid, you're going to have to qualify and apply just like anybody else in your in your state for child care assistance. So if you're not low income, or you don't qualify, you're not on some type of welfare, then you might not. But the federal government doesn't do it. That's your state government that offers that. Okay. Max Marlin says, thank you for the video. Okay, I read that one already. When do the benefits owner form expire? You guys have until the end of this year to use that before they're going to start charging $500 a day. Okay, I don't really know if they're going to hit y'all with $500 a day, but I'm definitely not trying to find out. All right. Let's see. Let me see. I'm just checking to see that I missed anything. Hold on. And it says, that is so painful. I've always tell them they need another way to do the exams. I'm trying to tell you, I can't stand a mammogram. When I first got one, I was like, how is this supposed to be comfortable? This is not what I want. So I'm definitely telling them I'm not taking it. Give me a CT scan. Don't be squishing up my stuff, because these mine. Okay. So y'all do the same. All right. So it is 10 minutes after 8. Thank y'all for being here. Again, I'm telling you, this hour goes by so quickly. If there's something that I did not get a chance to talk to y'all about, it doesn't matter, because I will roll it up into next week. I usually get off here and go, damn, I forgot to tell them so and so. So I try to remember or put it in my phone so that I know to talk about it, but it's okay if I miss it. We still got time. Okay. Again, I'll be celebrating my 2-year of being alive tomorrow. So y'all make sure y'all say a prayer for your girl tonight. Remember, it's 1 in 3 women. Domestic violence is very, very serious. It can happen to anybody under any situation. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter your zip code, where you live. People need to be safe. And please don't tell somebody to leave. Help them make a plan of escape. That's most important. Okay. If y'all have any questions, y'all can send me a message at shamikasaves.com. That is my website. I will go message you. I am going to go in there tonight. Because I know I owe you guys some messages, but I have been feeling under the weather, but I am feeling much better now. Thank you for the prayers. And it's going to be tax time soon. So I got to add this. If y'all are interested in doing anything with taxes, y'all, a lot of people are getting into taxes, y'all, and y'all know why. Okay. A lot of people are getting into taxes because people know they can make money from it. So if you guys are interested in learning how to do taxes so that you can start your own business, let me know, because I always sell software to people and I let you guys work with me. You don't have to do everything. I have everything already done. I basically set your stuff up and you can go out there and do great things. And I teach you if you don't know how to do it, because that's also very important. Okay. Taxes going to be around for a little good while until AI takes that away from us too. Okay. Because it's on its way. Okay. AI is taking some of everything, but it's not here yet. Okay. Let's see. The breast cancer foundations have scholarships and sliding scale if one does not have insurance. I'm telling y'all don't have no reason not to get no help. Okay. Because I told you, even hospitals have sliding scales. You guys can definitely get taken care of. You just got to go. Ramona, you can call me. Yes, you can call me on the same number you called me on before. I will take off my do not disturb in about 5 minutes, and then you can call and then I'll talk to you. Yes, Legacy, if individuals need help with bankruptcy, I do your paperwork so that you can file. This is the time to file. I told y'all Big Lots is closing. 127 Pizza Huts are closing. They filed bankruptcy. Big Lots filed bankruptcy. Damn, it was another store I had that I looked up tonight. Places are closing down, y'all. They either closing, restructuring, because they know the economy ain't going to be looking so good and people ain't spending money like they used to. Okay. So if they're not spending money like they used to, that means something in the money is funny. And if your money is funny and you need a fresh start, please, by all means, put your pride to the side and hop on in that line and do your paperwork. Okay. And use the government the way they are supposed to be used, because one thing is for sure, they're going to use you. They're going to get every tax dollar, dime, penny, nickel they can get out of you. You should be using them the same you need to benefit you. Period. If you're interested in doing taxes, then please send me a message, simply me, and I will send you the information or answer any questions that you have, because y'all definitely need to be getting on it. It is a very lucrative side business. And if you get good at it, you love it like I love it, you can do it all year round. I do taxes all year round because a lot of y'all do not file, and you do not file on time. Or you are filing and you find out somebody messed your information up. So don't just go to anybody. All right. Please don't go to anybody. Why? Because people are selling your information and creating fake identities and stealing your stuff. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say. Health insurance for small businesses. They do have health insurance for small businesses. You will have to go to a private private insurance carrier that sells plans. Okay. I don't know that you want that. It's expensive. If you have employees, it's much easier to make them 1099 and let them be responsible for their own insurance than you have to do it for yourself. Thank you. Cons is also, I don't know if y'all know Cons, but I haven't even seen Cons in so long. I'm surprised they're still around, but they're going out of business. I'm telling y'all, people can't play. You can contact me on my website, shamikasaves.com. The link is in the bio. Okay. So again, we know Kmart's are definitely gone. I'll tell you two places that won't be gone. Walmart and Amazon. Shein and Temu. Okay. These about the 4 places that we're going to be able to shop at forever. And I told you guys last week, I am a Temu fan. Okay. I love TikTok Shop. Amazon's cool, but I don't do Amazon if I need something right away. But if not, baby, I will wait for it to come from Temu. But I'll say this, and I promise I'm gonna go. Y'all hear Trump saying that he's going to raise the tariffs. If he becomes president and he starts raising tariffs, that means places like Temu and Shein, we ain't gonna be buying from, because it's gonna be so expensive to pay for a $2 item that's probably gonna have $20 service fee charge that we're gonna have to pay for extra, which means we're going to be forced to go back to Amazon, which is an American company. So again, I ain't telling y'all where to vote, where to place your vote, but these are things y'all don't think about because all the other rumbling and grumbling that's going on. But who we pick makes a big difference in how our lives are going to be going forward. But regardless of whatever president is going to be here, one thing that I pride myself on is I'm going to find a way to get in where I fit in. And if y'all are rolling with me, we're going to do the same thing. Regardless of who's in house, we're going to still find a way to work that system. We are using loopholes, not illegal loopholes. We're just going to, go in and out of loopholes to make our lives a lot easier. And one of the things y'all can do is file damn bankruptcy. Get out of debt, y'all. This is the time. Okay. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Ramona says go and vote. I also say go and vote. Miss Cynthia says go and get that money from the school and go and get y'all breasts and prostates checked. Okay. These are very important things we must do, guys. We must look out for one another, and we're not going to gatekeep. Now, here is something that somebody just posted. Let me put it up now, because I'm canceling all my subscriptions. Y'all need to see if y'all can look up Rhino, R-I-N-O. Somebody type that, R-I-N-O. Rhino is, it used to be an app in the App Store. They took it off, but you may be able to download it. Rhino and then Kodi, K-O-D-I. Somebody put that in. Those are 2 places where you can go and watch all the free movies, all free TV shows, and cancel all your subscriptions to Netflix, Prime, all of that. Rhino, R-I-N-O, and Kodi, K-O-D-I. You're very welcome. Kodi with a K. Okay. Go to 2 places. Matter of fact, when I get off of here, I'm going to sit right and turn my Kodi on and watch all the new just came out in the movie theaters. So if you're welcome, get out of these subscription apps and go and get the free stuff. Remember what I said, loophole, and we're going to share the information because everybody needs it. Okay. Love y'all. See y'all next week, Monday. Bye. See y'all. Bye, guys.